Present.
Councilman Carattini,
Present.
Supervisor Keating,
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Present.
Councilwoman Martin.
Present.
Councilwoman Lukacek, pledge of allegiance.
Pledge of
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, in our preliminary matters this evening, under number 4, the town board would like to schedule a public hearing. This is for the fire contract. We'd like to have a public hearing on December 5th. There's a meeting next week, and we're scheduling that with that particular date. And if there's any reason that we need to reschedule that public hearing, we can do so at that time. But because of the time filing limit with the Hamburg Sun to get it into the paper in time, that's why we're scheduling that public hearing this evening. So I'll make a motion to schedule a public hearing for the fire contracts on December 5th.
At what time, Jason?
7:45. Thank you.
Do I have a second?
Second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carattini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, under regular business, item number 2, we have the correction and adoption of minutes for October 17th, 2018. And we're also going to do item number 2 under regular business, the correction and adoption of minutes for October 29th, 2018 work session. Councilwoman Martin.
Thank you, Supervisor. I had the opportunity to look over the minutes from October 17th and October 29th work session, and I saw no discrepancies, so I moved to adopt those minutes.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carattini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, under regular business, item number 3, consideration of all fund bills. Councilman Carattini.
Thank you, Supervisor Keating. I've had the opportunity to review the fund bills, and I make a motion that we accept them in the amount of $83,865.55.
I'll second that.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Carattini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, tonight we do not have any correspondence. Moving on to item number 4, new business. Request from the floor. I will open up the floor.
Good evening. Mitch Martin from Senator Galvin's office. I just wanted to take this opportunity, maybe a little bit premature, but I want to congratulate Councilwoman Kelly Martin on her election. That's really all I had today. Thanks.
Thank you.
Marge Eddington, 5664 Meadow Drive, Hamburg, New York. I want to set the record straight. Jason, last meeting, you said Dick Kennedy was the only one that was a full-time supervisor. Kennedy was never a full-time supervisor. And he returned his salary back to the town. One other thing Dick did in the town, him and his wife always showed up at everything that went on. Activities, fundraisers. I don't see any of you people at any of that stuff.
I would disagree with that, Marge. You absolutely see me at things.
I didn't see it one concert this summer.
I can agree with.
One other thing that I feel bad about, and people in town should feel bad, I think too, that there isn't people in town that can be a town attorney or a bookkeeper. You have to go out of town to hire these people? I don't think that's right. And I feel bad about that. Another thing I've heard in town, you're gonna do away with the highway superintendent and appoint him from someone from the board. The board would appoint someone for the highway superintendent.
I don't know where that's coming from.
I've heard that in town.
Sounds good to me.
Well,
If
it's
you're
out there.
asking if we could do that, we could. We are not.
But I hope you don't do that, because then you're gonna appoint another one of your friends from out of town. No, we're taxpayers, we pay for the salaries that are in town. Thank you.
Yep, thank you.
Herb Klein, 7690 Back Creek Road. 2 or 3 weeks ago, the Boston Historical Society ran a very interesting program at the Boston Valley School on John Love. I've been here for 80 years, and I even learned something that night that I wasn't aware of, or maybe had heard of it before, but forgot it in my old age. Anyways, the only town official that I saw there was our town clerk, Sandy Quinlan. Again, I feel very strongly about town officials attending these functions in town. It's something when I started in political life here in Boston in this 1960, that was something that all the political people, all the town officials were seen at, whether it was the fire company activity or church. This here was the town Boston Historical Society that ran that thing, and it was one of the most interesting things, and for people who didn't go there, you missed a very nice evening.
Brian Burns, 6556 Chestnut Lane. We are now coming upon snow plowing season, and I'd like the residents to be reminded that the town is continuing to lose at least $62,000 every year in the budget because the highway superintendent would not plow the roads properly according to the contract. I'd like to read you a copy of the contract so that the residents understand what the contract said about the proposal of removing the snow. The municipality hereby agrees to remove snow and to control ice snow on county roads. Hereinafter defined is the attached Exhibit A and the implementing such removal and control to erect and remove its own snow, fences where deemed desirable. All at a rate per mile as established by resolution of the Erie County Legislature dated September 26, 2013, as communicated 16E-14. The 2013 and 2014 snow season rate has been set at $3,494.92 per lane mile. And the 2014 and 2015 snow rate has been set at $3,599.25 per lane mile. The 2016 was $3,707.26. This agreement shall include all activities necessary to control snow and ice, together with all necessary labor, equipment, and materials. Remove is defined as that which is removed and redeposited alongside the road, and shall include, if necessary, pushback and shelving. I have a copy of a couple of the emails between Charles Sickler and the town board at the time when they were trying to resolve the issue. And here is what is the initial cause of the county's holding back of $5,000 of the $60,000 that the town was going to be paid for plowing that year. So, I called Bob, let's see, Mr. Sickler sends an email to Charlie, Bill, and John. Bob Telek from the town of Boston called Pat Baskerville and told Pat that we need to snow ditch Umphilius, Lower East Hill, and push back. I called Bob, he never mentioned anything about snow ditching, and when I asked him about it, we agreed there is no need for any snow ditching, just push back. He stated that he would get paid FEMA rates for this, and I read him the remove sentence below. This included the snow contract, paragraph 1, paragraph 3, sentence number 2. Remove is defined as that which is removed and redeposited along the side of the road and shall include, if necessary, pushback and shelving. He said that the last year town of Boston, Bob says that this is the last year the town of Boston will plow for the county. Kind of making decisions for the town boards on his own call. I said that's fine, but this year he needs to honor the contract and push back. If he was not going to, we would send our own equipment and guys over there, and we would go over there and would keep track, use FEMA rates and deduct it from his payment.
Mr.
He
Burgess.
swore at me and he hung up. So this is the conduct that the highway superintendent and why the county has refused to pay $4,000 from the 2014-15 season, I believe. And then the town board
It's been over
decided
3 minutes, Mr. Burgess.
decided to, listen, you let everybody else talk for more than 3 minutes. Too,
I do not.
Okay? I sit here all the time, I watch it all the time. If you don't like me talking about an official who loses $60,000 a year
Jason, can you?
in a contract that is stated that he was supposed to do that job, then there's something wrong.
Listen, it said very clearly in there, if pilots.
So this
Well,
year, we will not have
or
plowing
Well, I
done for the
didn't say,
county
can you
once
deal with
again.
it?
And we will
All right, I
continue to
said
lose
Jason.
That's right.
over
I will
$60,000
answer
because he
my-
refuses to do
Oh my
it.
God, it's your time to talk.
Thank you, Mr. Burns.
Good evening, everyone. Beverly Ken, 7255 Lower East Hill Road. I, along with some other residents attending this meeting tonight, attended the work session on October 29th. After reading the minutes, I emailed councilwomen and councilmen, the town clerk, and the supervisor's office. I will read the email that I sent. Good afternoon, Supervisor, board members, and town clerk. The budget work session minutes dated October 29, 2018, prepared by town clerk Quinlan, lacks sufficient detail about the discussions regarding the supervisor's salary and position reclassification. The minutes should be corrected to include the following narrative. Supervisor Keating recused himself from discussion about supervisor's salary and position reclassification to full-time from part-time. A 3% salary increase and no change to the current part-time position classification for the supervisor was recommended by Councilman Munger and supported by Councilman Cardicchini. A 5% salary increase was recommended by Councilwoman Lukacek and supported by Councilwoman Kelly. Councilwoman Lukacek made a second recommendation to increase the supervisor's salary to 10%, which was supported by Councilwoman Kelly. Councilman Munger and Councilman Cardicchini continue to support a 3% salary increase and no change to the part-time position classification. All board members agreed to 3% salary increase and no change to part-time position classification. I sent the email. I received a read receipt from Councilwoman Martin and Councilman Cardicchini. Councilwoman Martin mentioned that there were, or actually stated there were no discrepancies in the minutes, which is true. However, but there were omissions. And I do not believe it's appropriate to omit the pertinent details about the discussion regarding the salary increase and the position classification for this supervisor. Thank you.
Thank you.
Mark Chitty, 7640 Lower East Hill Road. I've been a highway department employee for 17 years. I've dealt with the plowing on the county roads, and then since then not doing county roads. And I don't know what Mr. Burns is talking about, how we're losing money, or that that we would have made money, because when we were plowing the county roads, we were losing money. Because of the frequency that we would plow the roads, every hour and a half to 2 hours, You know, trucks are out there burning fuel, using salt, sand, you know, our wages and all that stuff to go with that, where, how often do we see the county come by? Every 4 or 6 hours? So you're getting twice the services from us, and we're losing money. So, on top of it, all the rear ends that broke because of their poor roads, all the uneven roads, you know, and twist, break a rear end, something like that. Like I said, we've saved money by not doing those roads. I know people don't like it, but it's your tax dollars not being wasted on something that we're not being paid correctly. And that's all I have to say about that. And I hope you guys get a town laborer soon, because the clock back there is wrong.
I just noticed that tonight, thank you.
Hi, Kathy Berjaclo, President of Boston Historical Society. And I just wanted to go on record on behalf of the society saying thank you to everybody who did attend the John Love production. It was a success. We felt we had about 60+ people come in attendance, and it seemed like it was very well received, and hopefully we're going to try to do some more endeavors like that.
Thank you.
Judy Radis, 5667 Homestead Road. I attended the work session as well, and I just wanted to thank Supervisor Keating for doing the right thing and recusing himself from the discussion. And I'd also like to thank the councilwoman and the councilmen for hearing the public's voices and doing the right thing. Thank you.
Thank you, thank you.
Len Harris, 7251 Boston State Road, Hamburg. I was remiss at the last meeting that I meant to commend the dog warden for her work in helping us find our dog when it was lost. We have since lost her, but we had to put her down. But I just wanted to let the town know that we've got a great dog.
Thank you. Anyone else? I will close the floor. All right, item number 2 under new business. We have a application for use facility for the Conservation Advisory Council for the 2019 Fishing Derby. And we'll also do item number 3, which is the application for use of facility for the Conservation Advisory Council as well for the 2019 leaf event. Councilwoman Martin.
Thank you, Supervisor. Vince Mangino filed an application for use of facility for the dates of May 11, 2019 for the fishing derby. Times are from 8 to 2 p.m. Setup is at 8 a.m. Takedown is at 2 p.m. Using the ponds at Town Hall, obviously the lion shelter and bathroom facilities, and it is a public event. I'm sure I will be involved with that. I make a motion to approve that application.
Second. Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Tarantini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating.
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
And the second application for use of facility, also by the Town of Boston Conservancy, or Conservation Advisory Council, filed by Vince Mangino. This is well in advance on September 14th for the leaf event, which I did attend this past year, and also helped set up and take down. He is requesting all day of use of the ponds, Town Hall Community Room with kitchen, and the Boston Town Park, Lion Shelter, bathroom facilities, and town fields, because our Conservation Advisory Council is looking to expand next year's event. We feel if we have this much time, we'll have a much larger event and something great for the town. I move to accept this application and Vince's plans.
I'll
Second.
I'm not fishing.
That's fine.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right, item number 4 under new business tonight, we have a request for a second accessory building for Mr. Paul Gartley at 7247 Boston State Road. Councilwoman Lukacek.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. The Zoning Board of Appeals on November 1st granted a variance for the square footage that Mr. Gartley requested. He provided the accessory structure size and location, and he met the requirements of the current Boston zoning code according to code 123-125. I make a motion to accept their grant for variance.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 4 tonight under new business, number 5 is resolution 2018-48, establishing a drainage reserve fund. Councilman Munger.
Yes, thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Resolution 2018-48 is indeed establishing a drainage reserve fund consisting of $20,000. That will be comprised from $10,000 from the drainage contractual account, account number A00-8540-0400 out of the budget, and $10,000 from flood and erosion contractual account number A00-8745-0400, sorry about that. And this money will only be able to be used for drainage issues in the town of Boston and can be added to moving forward. I'd like to make a motion to approve resolution 2018-48.
I'll second.
Councilman Munger,
Yes.
Councilman Karakini,
Yes.
Supervisor Keating,
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek,
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin.
Yes.
Motion carried.
Okay, item number 1 under old business that we have tonight is the resolution 2018-49, which is the adoption of the 2019 budget. I'll take this resolution and read it in its entirety. Whereas officers and employees in charge of various administrative units of the government of the town of Boston have submitted estimates of revenues and expenditures for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2019, and whereas the supervisor, as a town budget officer, has caused a tentative budget to be prepared, and the town clerk has presented such budget to its town board, and whereas the town board has met and considered the preliminary budget for the year ending December 31st, 2019, and a public hearing was conducted on October 17, 2018, as required by Section 108 of Town Law. Now therefore be resolved that the preliminary budget, as changed, altered, and revised, and herein set forth, is hereby adopted as the annual budget for the town of Boston for the fiscal year ending December 31st, 2019, town of Boston, New York. Amendments to the preliminary budget are as follows. There's a decrease on line A 1220.1 to supervisor personal services. Tentative budget for 2019 was $150,187. The adopted 2019 budget will show at $120,319, which is a change of $29,868. There's an increase on budget line item A 1410.1, which is town clerk personal services. The tentative 2019 budget was $76,744. The adopted 2019 budget is $81,086.00, which is a change of $4,342. There's a decrease to line A 5010.1, which is the superintendent of highway personal services. Tentative 2019 budget was $97,996. The adopted 2019 budget is $83,223, which is a change of $14,773. There's an increase on line item A 7110.4, which is parks contractual. Tentative budget for 2019 was $15,000. The adopted budget for 2019 is $48,500. It's a change of $33,500. There's a decrease in A 9010.8 for state retirement. The tentative budget for 2019 was $75,000. The adopted 2019 budget is $70,000, which is a decrease of $5,000. There's an increase on A 9030.8, Social Security. Tentative budget was $60,000. Adopted 2019 budget is $64,000, a change of $4,000. Increase on line item A 9050.8, which is unemployment insurance. Tentative budget was $5,000. The adopted 2019 budget is $6,000, a change of $1,000. A decrease on line item A 599 for the appropriated fund balance of $329,052. The adopted 2019 budget is $253,000, a change of $6,799. An increase on line D 9010.8 for state retirement. Tentative 2019 budget was $45,600. Adopted 2019 budget is $48,000, which is a change of $2,400. There's an increase on line item D 9030.8 for Social Security. Tentative 2019 budget was $30,000. Adopted 2019 budget was $31,000, which is a change of $1,000. Increase of line item D 599, which is the appropriated fund balance. Tentative budget for 2019 was $98,982. The adopted 2019 budget is $102,382, a change of $3,400. On November 7, 2018, the question of the adoption of the foregoing resolution was duly put to a roll call vote, which resulted as follows. I'll make a motion to approve the resolution 2018-49.
Second. Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Karakini?
Yes.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek?
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin?
Yes.
Motion carried.
I'll also make a motion to approve the 2019 budget, which will be available starting tomorrow.
You need a second?
Yes, please.
Second.
Councilman
I'm
Munger?
sorry, I didn't hear the motion. What's the motion?
Motion to approve the 2019 budget.
Councilman Munger?
Yes.
Councilman Karakini?
Yes.
Supervisor Keating?
Yes.
Councilwoman Lukacek?
Yes.
Councilwoman Martin?
Yes.
Motion carried.
All right. Move on to reports from presentations tonight. Highway Superintendent.
All right, tonight I got to report that leaf pickup is going on. The guys are out every day picking up leaves. There's a lot of leaves this week. Once they get around the whole town this week, they'll start all over again. And any resident in town looking for leaves, just fill out a release form. Glad to deliver it to you. Other than that, I talked to the board downstairs about the funding for the leaf pickup. We're already over our $50,000 that we get paid for picking up brush and leaves. This year there was a tremendous amount of brush this spring. We're already at $54,000 and we got at least 2 full weeks or more to pick up leaves. So I asked the board if we could get some more money for that account, and I believe the board agreed. Is that correct?
Yes, we'll look into that tomorrow.
Okay, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Because people in town really like that service. Other than that, I'd like to answer Mr. Burns's thing tonight. I mean, he states that we're losing $60,000. It probably costs us well over $100,000 to do what he's talking about. So yeah, we're not really losing $60,000. We're saving $40,000. And the reason we stopped plowing the roads is because it states very clearly in the contract, which he refused to read. It says in there, if high lifts are needed, or snow blowers, or dump trucks, the county will either authorize and pay the town to do it, or the county will do it. That's why the county went up there with their high lifts, and if they figured it cost them $5,000, that's fine, but they shouldn't have deducted it from our bill. I mean, our guys do a great job plowing the roads. We definitely lost money doing the roads. We get paid the same amount to plow a mile of road that Grand Island gets paid, or Amherst, or Tonawanda, who plows the roads maybe not even a quarter of the time that the town of Boston plows them. We got all these hills like Woolheater, Lower East, Chestnut Ridge, Umphalius, And then we plow Back Creek Road is just a disaster which destroys your trucks, along with Woolhear Road. I mean, the hill is rough and it's not maintained, and it is not worth our time. And I don't have mechanics full-time down the shop fixing trucks like the county does. So that's the reason we stopped plowing the county roads. They deducted $5,000 from our bill, and they still haven't paid us to this date, and we will not plow the roads again until I get the money, and the roads are in shape that we agreed to plow them. Right now, Back Creek Road, Zimmerman Road, Woolhear Road, we're not plowing their roads. And that's all I have tonight.
All right, thank you very much. Any further comment?
Nothing that the board has asked me to report on.
No, thank you. Councilman Munger.
Thank you, Mr. Supervisor. Yes, myself, the supervisor, and the highway superintendent have been working on a few drainage issues off-road that hopefully we will get resolved early spring once everything's not so wet. That's it for tonight.
Okay, thank you very much. Councilman Carnegie.
I have several things, so you have to bear with me this evening. I want to remind everybody that on the November 10th, Patchen Fire Company's ham and turkey raffle is going to be going on. It starts at 7:30, and the tickets are $5 at the door. I will be there. I know that Mr. Councilman Munger will be there. No?
No, it's my daughter's birthday party.
Who is the yes? You'll be there. All right. They're going to have food, drinks, and snacks, and this is typically a fun event. Related to the fire companies, the volunteer fire company contracts have been received and reviewed. Supervisor Keating and I are going to be meeting with them next week on the 14th, and hopefully that'll be resolved and on the agenda for the December meeting. Wanted to take a moment and thank the residents that took the time to come out to the public hearing that we had on the budget process. I know that there were plenty of opinions shared, and I appreciate the time that people dedicated to do that. It was nice. It's the way that things should be done. If you have a problem with something, come to the people that are in charge of it, talk to them, work it out. I was really happy with the way our work session went last week as well. And I know that there was some commentary made about the minutes and sharing the minutes. Technically, on a budget work session, there are no minutes required for it. So I do appreciate you reading what we discussed, but that's really literally the only time that we're able to discuss a lot of these things in a setting where you can actually accomplish something and take the public comments into consideration when we met. So I just wanted to address that briefly. And I wanted to congratulate the residents as well, because that was what you experienced through this budget process is exactly what you put people in these positions to do, is to listen, factor, and learn, make decisions, and move on. I also wanted to thank the Boston Fire Company. They hosted an open house. It was very well attended by the Sheriff Department, the state troopers, and I personally spent probably about 3.5 hours there. Got to run some Jaws of Life and see equipment firsthand of what they actually use it for.